Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturn Slam Review. This time, covering a little later than we normally cover pay-per-views, but NXT is a recap show, so
Suck it.
we're talking NXT Takeover Phoenix and the 2019 Royal Rumble. The tale of two shows.
Oh my god, it was just how the show of contrasts. It was.
It's becoming a theme with NXT and WWE pay-per-views. I think Survivor Series was the only one where they were both pretty good.
Yes. Yeah.
So the matches that we aren't covering right now were the Sky Pirates beating Jessamine Duke and Maria Shafir. Sky Pirates are Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, in case you weren't sure on that. And
of course, the name was on point.
Yes.
I'm so glad for that. They chose the right one.
They'll try to become a worthy successor to the Jumping Bomb
Correct
Angels.
Name. And then the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, they beat the Street Profits in a match that
I
I'm
would
sure
say, come back, tap out. Here we go. It's happening. Okay.
Sure is just laden with heat. But on for the real show, we opened up with an excellent tag team match between the War Raiders and the Undisputed Era. These guys went nuts for the opening match. They hit each other with fucking everything in the book.
And each other.
Yes, and each other, slinging each other around. Undisputed Era did their normal heel tactics. War Raiders were just really big, and eventually they hit the fallout and became the new NXT Tag Team Champions.
Wow.
So when this happened, a little light bulb went off in my head, and I got a devilish idea that I don't know how I ever convinced myself they were going to go to. So Adam Cole says that the Undisputed Era is going to hold all the gold. Adam Cole wasn't on this show. And then for some reason, it just clicked in my mind. I'm like, Adam Cole's going to debut in the Royal Rumble, and he's going to win. And then he's going to bring all his buddies up with him, and they're going to win all the gold on the main roster because he never specified NXT. I don't know why I ever thought they'd go with such a brilliant idea.
Because they got to be on halftime. They got to be on halftime heat.
Halftime heat,
which I will absolutely be watching.
Yeah, since I'm watching the Super Bowl alone, fuck yeah, I'd rather watch halftime heat than fucking Maroon 5 concert.
I don't give a shit if you're playing SpongeBob SquarePants. I have no loyalties to that show.
Yeah, neither do I. But yeah, this match was excellent. I'd give it 4 stars.
Yes, 4 stars as well. For me.
Matt Riddle beat Cassius Ohno by submission, and not like with his hold. He just rained elbows upon him until Cassius Ohno tapped out 2 elbow strikes.
Like a bitch.
This finish was the best part of this match, which otherwise was fairly average.
Yeah, this was one of the weird low points on TakeOver cards. They come along every so often. And it has done nothing to bolster my idea that Cassius Ohno is something I should be impressed by.
He's just getting them checks at this point.
Yep. It's like he's ready to be called up, but I feel like he's going to be called down.
I don't think there are any plans to bring Cassius Ohno up ever. I think he's kind of in a player-coach role down in NXT, and maybe he lost a step. Maybe he can't carry all that weight around like he used to.
But yeah, Cassius. I don't know. This one,
yeah,
I can't give it more than like it really just didn't impress me. I can't give it more than like 2.5.
I would go a little higher. I'd say 2 3/4. Matt Riddle hopefully is done with Cassius Ohno and can move on to bigger and better things like Well, since they're so fucking short on baby faces, probably the NXT title.
Yeah, just give him just put him right up there, or put him in. Do another like tourney like 4-man way thing. You don't have to put him in singles. You can put him in something else. But yeah, he should be getting in the scene soon.
Yeah, unless they're gonna do, and this is an idea I had the other day. Unless they're going to do winner take all in New York between Gargano and Chapa.
Ooh.
Which maybe, I don't know. I don't know where this. I'm very intrigued by this whole Gargano Ciampa storyline. Because I have no idea where the fuck it's going. I thought I knew, and I may yet be right, but I can't say with any sort of confidence that that's the case. Speaking of Gargano,
the latest chapter in this saga came right here with Johnny Gargano versus
once again,
Ricochet.
In the takeover before the Royal Rumble, Johnny Gargano had himself a 5-star match.
Yeah. He just... Oh, what a theme. I was like, 5-star match against a very athletic Latino man.
I don't know what Ricochet is. He might...
Yeah, it's true.
He wrestled on Lucha Underground, so it's possible he's Latino, but part of me thinks he's just black.
Yeah, he could just be black. It's an enigma.
He's like, what's her face? Maya Rudolph? Like the perfect ambiguous ethnic blend.
It's Pat.
Yeah, but this match was fucking... Johnny Gargano, and you can fight me on this, New Japan weebs, is the best wrestler in the world. You can have your Okadas, you can have your Kenny Omegas. I will take Johnny Gargano. If I needed to pick one guy to build around, I will take Johnny Gargano, either of those two.
Yeah. Just, it's not even the fact that he, like, on raw personal skill, because he's not, like, a god on raw personal skill. But his ability to weave a match is uncontested.
Yeah, he's not the super athlete that Ricochet is. And he's not like a master technician like not Will Ospreay, what's his face? Zack Sabre Jr. or something like that. Mm-hmm. But on just pure natural talent for having a good match, which is what this is all about. This is not a fucking gymnastics competition. This isn't like a shoot wrestling match. The most important thing is being able to have a good match. And Johnny Gargano, bar none, is the best at that.
He has sports entertainment powers. Can't beat that.
It's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's like the thing where, like, measurably, it's not impressive, but it just always does the thing better than anything else. You have no idea why.
Mm-hmm. He's the old faith. He's got heart. God damn it, he's got heart. And Ricochet has feet like a cat, because that was half of the story of this match. Was Ricochet gets thrown around and lands on his feet inexplicably.
Yes, they did a lot of those head scissor into flip spots, and Ricochet just generally did a lot of flips. Gargano tried to keep up, but he's not quite as athletic as Ricochet. They brawled some. They exchanged holds in an entertaining manner. Gargano nearly gave into the temptation of the dark side by exposing the concrete floor, and then later gave into the temptation of the dark side by hitting Ricochet with I think it was a DDT on the exposed concrete floor.
Yeah, they gotta give that a name. I would love it if they gave that like a jargon name. Like they call that one spot the Trio Woe. Yeah. If they called the exposed concrete like the Pit, that would be pretty cool.
The sudden stop.
Yeah.
Eventually, Ricochet found himself back in the ring and fell victim to a slingshot DDT for the pin. And we have a new North American champion. Johnny Gargano wins his first singles title in NXT. Excuse me. DIY were tag team champions,
and he likes it.
and he had himself a big old smile on his face. A creepy smile. The smile that you would see on a serial killer.
And we were like, I was like, all right. So what's gonna happen now? It's like the dog chasing the mail truck. He got there. What's
Yeah.
he gonna do with it?
He finally caught the car. What's he um this led into Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair. This was an interesting match.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca Belair, I think, is a babyface now. I think the crowd turned her babyface in this match.
Yes. Yeah. And the segments after the match that they showed on the next day's thing, I think sort of confirmed that.
Yeah.
Based on what happened.
So they wrestled. They had a good match. Bianca Belair did a lot of. So the beginning was Shayna Baszler using her technical prowess to kind of keep Bianca Belair away and frustrated, including a great spot, which isn't technical prowess, but I thought was pretty ingenious. They're on the apron, and Shayna Baszler snatches Belair's ponytail and yanks her head into the post.
Oh,
I thought
yeah,
that was
yeah.
neat. But then, as the match wore on, it became all about Belair's strength, and she started throwing Shayna Baszler, who was not a small lady, around with great ease. Twice in this match, Baszler locked in the Kirifuna clutch, and Belair was able to power her way out of it. But on the third time, she could not quite finish powering her way out, and she didn't tap out, but she was,
I guess TKO'd.
yes, TKO'd. There was interference from Duke and Shafir, so they kind of protected Belair. I
Oh yeah, they did.
don't know. So I'm conflicted. I'm not sure if this was the time and place to end her undefeated streak.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know we had said that. We were like, this was maybe a little pop it a little too soon.
But if you're gonna end it, I don't have a problem with doing it in this sort of manner. She looked strong all the way through. People now anticipate a rematch. So I think I'm okay with it. I don't know if I personally would have done it. I wouldn't have booked this match until I was ready to put the title on Bel-Air. But not everyone needs to go on a year-long undefeated streak. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
And again, like I said, they pushed her babyface because the interview segment afterwards, she's like, I may have not won, but that does like undefeated isn't a winning record. Undefeated is a state of mind. She's being all hopeful and babyface. She's like, I'm gonna get you back. I'm coming for you.
The right call. I mean, she's a likable girl. She's she's an attractive young lady. She seems nice.
She does have the charisma that a good babyface needs.
She has that winning smile that a babyface should have. So I'm all right with the turn. I actually don't know what the face heel balance in the women's division is. I don't know who are the heel. So you have the the 3 horsewomen, I guess, are heels. Lacey Evans is gone.
Yep.
Nikki Cross is gone.
Yep.
The Sky Pirates are babyface.
Yeah. Gia Lee.
Xia Li.
Xia Li, yeah. Is she in that? Who's the other, the Blasian baddie?
Oh, Mia Yim.
Mia Yim. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a little while.
I don't know what the fuck she's supposed to be. I think she's a baby
And
face.
Canzano.
Oh.
The violin gag. Yeah. I think they're waiting for a time to really establish a thing for them.
Some of these people are very green. Like,
yes,
Casey Catanzaro in the Women's Royal Rumble. Well, impressive athletically, showed that she's a ways away yet from being really good.
Yeah. So, and on the face side, you have the Sky Pirates.
Yeah. You have, I guess, Bianca Belair now. Candice LeRae.
Oh yeah, Candice, right?
Dakota Kai, but she's injured. I don't know what they. I think it's okay to have turned her.
Yeah, because she could show up for promos and all that
Yeah,
jazz. And
I think probably Io Shirai is the next challenger for Baszler. They've yet to have a match.
mm-hmm.
This makes
So
sense.
it'll be interesting.
This match was pretty good. As far as first takeover matches go, it's somewhere in the middle of the pack for young Bianca Belair, but she has a lot of potential. I'd say this was probably a good 3.25, 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 sounds fine. It was sort of an up and down card where they had every other one was a little weaker, and the other ones were fairly strong.
Yeah. This was a strong match. Alistair Black versus Tommaso Ciampa. This went 26 minutes, which is a little on the short side for a TakeOver main event. But to compensate for this, Alistair Black worked a million miles an hour the entire time.
Yeah. My friend, I rewatched the end of this with another one of my buddies who he says he watches wrestling, but he watched wrestling in like he goes back and he watches the 80s vintage wrestling, so he's not really up on what's going on nowadays. Like the biggest pop he saw when they were looking over everything was like Randy Orton. He's like, "Oh, Randy," and then he didn't care about anyone else. But he
Right.
saw Aleister Black. He's like, "Oh wow, that guy's good."
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
They had a really good match. The story of the match was Alistair Black got his knee hurt, and Ciampa worked it over like only he can.
Mm-hmm.
And they played it up through the whole rest of the match, where Alistair Black powered through, and he got some good licks in, and he took 4 of Ciampa's finishes before going down, and he popped up right before the 4th one and tried to deliver a Black Mass, but his knee gave out on him and he couldn't. So he ate the last one, and he is probably main roster bound, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I was surprised that. Wait, no, yeah, I was about to say I was surprised when he didn't show up on the Rumble, but wait, he did.
He wasn't on Raw or SmackDown, to my knowledge, this week, but I think maybe he has one more match on television or something, and then or maybe they're just holding him until after halftime heat. But
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be on the main roster by the Raw after WrestleMania at the very latest, probably sooner.
I feel like if you wanted to go with like a good time, I really think a good time to debut him would, if you want to do it real quick, would just be like Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Because like even just aesthetically wise, his vibe fits that vibe.
Yeah, stick him. If you really want to make an impact and shake things up, have him like be in whatever the Raw Chamber's gonna be.
Oh,
For I don't even know what that would be for, because Seth Rollins is on Raw and he's probably wrestling Brock Lesnar. So it's not for the title shot. I don't know. But they're going to have one for the Raw guys. You just know that, because they can't help themselves.
yeah.
They have to have, the show's called Elimination Chamber. They have to have 4 chamber matches on it.
They have to have one for everything. That's how these things go now. And what contributed to my main gripe with the upcoming pay-per-view that we're about to talk about.
Too many Rumbles.
5 hours of on just a regular pay-per-view.
Well, it's one of the big 4, so I'm not excusing 5 hours. Like, this was legitimately 4 hours and 53 minutes with a 2-hour pre-show. So this was almost 7 hours of wrestling. So this has got to be in the top 5 longest fucking shows ever. I went to bed after the WWE title match, which was a clusterfuck, and we'll get into that later. Yeah. Oh, also 4.5 for that.
Yeah, 4.5 is great. I do want to point out my favorite spots were the what was it, the step up kick on like the second rope, whatever the hell that was.
Right, the giant enziguri, super enziguri.
Yeah, the enziguri, and then they busted out the Tower of London.
Yes, they did actually.
That was real nice.
Mention that. Which is basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a cutter off the top rope. So yeah, this show was long, is the thing to describe it.
Yeah. Oh my, wait. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was looking at some of these times. I'm like, wait a second. Some of these are really long. I'm like, I was confused because it didn't sound like Royal Rumble results. I'm like, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. That sounds like they just wrestled for an hour.
Yeah.
No, it was the Royal Rumble.
That probably would have been more entertaining than the Women's Royal Rumble. So there were 3 pre-show matches: Bobby Roode versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, their tag team champions, defeated Scott Dawson and Razor with Drake Maverick. Yes, I don't get it. I think Akam was injured, so they just threw Scott Dawson in there.
It looks like the stip here was if the mishmash won, both the teams would get a tag team championship match.
That's so dumb.
So
whatever.
It would have been like a 6-man tornado match or something like that.
Nakamura beat Rusev to regain the U.S. title, which he would promptly lose on SmackDown to R-Truth of all people.
Yeah. Nakamura's on the pre-show, everyone.
This match actually wasn't bad. It was short. It wasn't blow away, but it was solid for what it was. And then what was probably, I didn't get a chance to see it, but from what I heard, it was probably one of like the top 3 matches on the entire show, was the Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way between Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. Hideo Itami, who is on his way out of the company, will not be renewing his deal. So
he's going to AEW.
Or back to Noah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's requested his release. I don't know when his contract's up.
That would be nice, though.
And they're not releasing people because of AEW. Because the Revival have also requested their release.
Vince has got to keep his vice grip on him. Because otherwise he's just going to start hemorrhaging talent.
I think they've got another year on their contract. The Revival, speaking of. Main card kicked off with the women's title match between Asuka and Becky Lynch. This was a good match, but it was bizarre that it was happening to begin with.
Yeah, and it was weird that, again, they started out with this, I think.
Well, again, match order on the Rumble is always weird, because you have to play around. Well, originally it was just one Rumble. Now you got 2 of the fucking things you gotta deal with. So Asuka, it's very clear that she's just like a step or 2 faster than Becky Lynch and kind of had to slow down a little bit to wrestle on Becky's level. Not saying that Becky's bad. It's just Asuka's very good, and there are very few people on the roster who can keep up with her full speed.
For sure.
Yeah, they threw everything at each other. They had some nice submission transitions, including the one where, like, it looked like Asuka had her basically in cattle mutilation. They call it the Asuka lock on whatever results page I read it, the finish on. But I would call this cattle mutilation. And Becky Lynch tapped out clean. I guess the idea was that she was winning the Royal Rumble, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised that there wasn't any like interference. I thought maybe Rousey would screw her, or Nia Jax for some reason.
No, she would play a much bigger role.
I thought you were joking when I read that text.
I knew when I sent that. I was like, he'll think I'm joking, and then he'll watch it. It'll be worse than any of his nightmares.
That was exactly what happened. And it was just so... we'll talk about it when we get there, but it was so fucking laughable. like, granted they didn't like have Braun Strowman in the ring when she was out there, but like even her standing next to Randy Orton, who is 5 inches taller than her and his arms are like 3 times as thick.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
It's a little preview of this stupid.
Give this match about three stars.
Yeah, 3 stars. Good job, guys.
Miz and Shane McMahon beat the Bar via shooting star 12-6 elbow drop to the balls. Poor Cesaro.
I saw Shane McMahon do the shooting star press, and it just reminded me of when I saw RVD at Albany. He was with Northeast Wrestling, or whichever company.
We saw him there again when we were in Poughkeepsie.
Yes, and what's RVD's finish is the shooting star. No, frog splash or whichever. That's what that reminded me of, was RVD at that age doing a frog splash. It's like Shane
hit it at WrestleMania 33 pretty impressively, but this, I don't know what I guess he just wasn't lined up well, but he came down with his elbow right in Cesaro's balls. Cesaro immediately grabbed them.
Low blow.
Poor fucker. This match was fucking atrocious. It was hideous, and like halfway through, I could tell by the pacing of it that Miz and Shane were going to win. And if you want to see an example of hilariously bad tag team wrestling, go watch this match to see the hot tag that Shane McMahon receives.
Yes.
He ran wild with bad punches. That was his entire hot tag.
Oh, Shane, stop. This show purged itself from my memory because I had to save space for more important things.
He looked like he was on the verge of death the entire time. Like, he needs to stop wrestling immediately.
Arizona's heat is not good for a man of his age.
I think this is leading to Miz and Shane against each other at WrestleMania. They have 2 pay-per-views to get the tag titles off of them. And if they go into WrestleMania as tag team champions, they fucking quit.
Hooray! Oh, that would be awful. So you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Main roster. I give that a negative 1.5. Yeah. I'm going to flex out of my negative 5 to 5 rating because the show would have been improved if that was off the card.
Yes.
Right? Minus a negative.
I'd give it 0 because I'm a little kinder. I can't give Cesaro a negative star match. It's not fair to the man.
I love you, Cesaro.
WWE doesn't, but we do.
You get the shaft. Change the bar to the shaft.
Ronda Rousey beat Sasha Banks in a match that I think we're in the minority on. This match was no good, in my opinion. It was awkward, it was sloppy, it was slow. The last 2 minutes were kind of exciting, but I was bored to tears by the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. But it was, if I remember correctly, right, it was more submission stuff.
Kind of, yeah, I guess, but
wasn't Sasha trying to out MMA Ronda or some shit?
Is that the story they were trying to tell? I was fucking flabbergasted at this match.
I don't know, guys. I'm a bad reporter because this match didn't do anything. All I remember is Ronda Rousey had her eye makeup again.
She didn't have like the fucking sneezing ghost eye makeup, where it's just like fucking red, or the raccoon unibrow, where it's just the fucking black line across both eyes. But she had heavy eye makeup on. The only thing I
better
remember,
of both worlds, because the one without the makeup, I don't know about that one.
My lasting memory of this match is when Sasha Banks had the bank statement going, and she used that like little thing on her arm to like gag Ronda Rousey. I'm like, this is someone's fetish, but it's not mine.
Oh yeah, that was one of the things. And she's like, I'm just gonna slip it away while the ref's looking, and then we'll go back to it.
Yeah, Sasha Banks was a total heel in this match, but I'm sure she's supposed to be a babyface.
Yeah.
She pouted after losing, and she did the 4 horsewoman sign. I think that match is probably going to happen at SummerSlam unless Ronda gets pregnant between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Then obviously that's not happening then.
Yeah, and I was reminded with that comment that we are now officially pointing to sign season.
Yes, point to the there was no WrestleMania sign because it's a baseball stadium, you see. So they point to the Titantron with the WrestleMania logo on it. Extra dumb.
Got him.
I'll give this match
1.5 stars.
1.5, yeah. Women's Royal Rumble. This was really fucking boring until the end.
Yeah. I only popped when NXT people came out. I'm like, yay, this is little flavor bursts.
Lacey Evans started the match with Natalya, who's been doing it for forever. Didn't matter because Lacey Evans fucked up like everything she tried.
Oh yeah, but I'm a masochist, so I was watching the comments, and there was a lot of thirsty assholes on there being like, "She's so good, guys. Isn't Lacey Evans awesome?"
I don't know if they're thirsty, but like there's this weird undercurrent in part of popular culture where you're not allowed to criticize anyone with a vagina.
No, it was the blonde hair. I swear it was the blonde hair. It's like no one else. They were trashing on everyone else, but like Lacey was the exception.
Okay.
She was like, Lacey's special. I hope she does really great. And I'm listening to them like praising her as I remember all the awful matches she had in NXT.
And all the spots she fucked up in this match. She had like a year worth of botches in this one fucking Royal Rumble. And she was in there for 30 fucking minutes.
Because Vince wants to really put her over.
Fucking, yeah, if you're tall and blonde, you'll go places in the WWE, that's for sure. Yeah, this boiled down to the last people in the match. Well, obviously, it boiled down to the last people in the match. And they were, Charlotte and Nia were in the ring, and Lana coming out number 29. She's hobbling down the ring because she hurt her ankle because she fell off the ring apron in the pre-show match. And she's like, if you had no legs and no arms, you could get down to the ring faster than Lana was going.
Yes.
Like, she was going at negative speed. Space was being warped around her rather than her moving through it.
And this was based on an angle from the pre-show.
Yes. Where she fell off of the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got crossfired.
Yeah. Off
the Rusev match.
Yeah. And then Becky came out, took her place. She tossed out Nia, and then she hurt herself, and is she going to be able to continue? And then, yes, and she eliminated Charlotte Flair, so she's going to WrestleMania, wrestle Ronda Rousey, and what is probably going to be the main event.
Mm-hmm. Highlights from this match include Alicia Fox having hat things. She just sticks out like a needle in my Legos. Whenever she's in the ring, I'm just like, this is weird. It pulls all the things I care about into like this little package. I'm like, I don't want to pay attention to you. And she like this whole thing with the hat.
Yeah.
It was annoying. I liked Casey Catanzaro's better than Kofi Kingston spots.
Yep, that was impressive.
And Zelina Vega, the under ring gremlin, met by Hornswoggle.
The true under ring gremlin.
That was great because she's about the same size as Hornswoggle.
Yes, she is. Yeah. So that match was an hour and 12 minutes long.
It is worth noting in this match that when Becky Lynch replaced Lana, whoever the manager was
Finley?
came out and okayed it after the officials were looking at her.
Yeah.
So she was clear to get in.
She found the one Irish man.
Yes, I say this because it sets a precedent for what happens in the next Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan wrestled AJ Styles in a match that was pretty good, but had no heat because it followed the Royal Rumble, and got confusing real fast when Eric Rowan, of all people, sauntered out in his flannel.
Yeah, just
and hit a claw hold chokeslam on AJ Styles, leading to Daniel Bryan pinning him to retain his WWE Championship.
Everyone was hoping for Bray Wyatt to come out. They were ready. They were ready for the Wyatt family to be back.
What? Nope. Eric Rowan is just Daniel Bryan's heavy now.
Angry vegans.
Brock Lesnar beat Finn Balor by submission in a really fun, fast-paced match. Brock Lesnar, when he works with a small guy, is actually pretty entertaining. Just kind of over him having the title.
Yeah, I did feel this one really did feel different though. Oh, also the Daniel Bryan AJ Styles, what do you say, 3.5?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, Finn Balor. It felt like the story was that Finn Balor could actually pull a challenge out of Brock, and he couldn't. He couldn't just F5 refresh the count until he wins.
Hit him in the diverticulitis.
Yeah. That may be Finn Balor's plan is to give him
it makes
diverticulitis.
Sense. He had a well-documented battle of diverticulitis, and Finn Balor's finishes a foot stomp to the stomach. So, storytelling. He didn't come out as the demon, so immediately you knew he was going to lose.
I mean, it was Brock Lesnar, so he's going to lose anyway.
Well, I mean, at least there could have been the intrigue. Oh, are they going to beat the demon already? I mean, yes, would probably have been the answer, but still. In storyline, it doesn't make any sense. If he brings it out for the big matches, why wouldn't he bring it out for the biggest match of his career?
Yeah, because Brock was the demon with those fucking submission eyes.
He fucking the face when he walked in the Kimura. He didn't kick out of the foot stomp. He instead locked in a Kimura and made this face that only Brock Lesnar can make.
Just such a meme-worthy face. It was all over the internet.
And he won via submission. And since this show is going just about as long as the show we're watching is going, we'll speed through the Men's Royal Rumble, which had Elias and fucking Jeff Jarrett out there talking for 20 minutes, 4.5 hours into this fucking show about nothing. I wanted to stab both of these fuckers.
Oh, awful.
Yeah, this was a pretty paint-by-numbers Royal Rumble until we got to the 30 spot, which, as we all know, was...
big ups to Johnny. Every time like a fucking NXT person came out, I popped, and all this told me was that when Johnny comes to the main event, or to the main roster, if he does, he better come in as a fucking babyface, because I popped for him like a fucking mark.
Yeah, also noteworthy, Alistair Black tossed out Dean Ambrose, who may also be done finishing up with the company after WrestleMania. That there's a small chance that's a work, because WWE has been very uncharacteristic in their candor involving his contract situation. So we'll see what that's all about. But
And of
Well,
course,
it's
we
sad
got
to
the
see him
meme
go.
follow up with Titus O'Neil.
Yep, he went under the ring to get Kurt Hawkins after not slipping, and
No way
R-Truth
Jose
came out
didn't
at
do
number
anything.
30. He was jumped
Okay,
by
yeah.
Nia Jax, who just took his spot. No one had to approve it.
Air Bud rules. There's nothing in the rule book that says Nia Jax can't be in the Royal Rumble, except
Well, this
the
is fucking
rules.
dumb. Like, because I'm not a big. I hate intergender wrestling to begin with because a lot of the times it's just so fucking unbelievable. And I know it's kind of unbelievable to see a guy like Rey Mysterio beat the Big Show. That's true. But it somehow feels less believable to see Nia Jax in there bowling over Randy Orton.
Yeah, and Jesus. Yeah, she gets in, and I'm laughing at this point. And through the entire end of this match, I was like, so she's gonna be disqualified, right? Because no one let her in, and she kept going, and then she got all the way to the end. I'm like, so we're just gonna fucking forget about that. She just waltzed in and did
Yeah.
this stupid shit, and
So the only way we can have equality is if next year a guy enters the women's Royal Rumble.
which one didn't they do that? Who like Ric Flair went into a women's match or something one time, right? What am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, I'm sure the nerds of you out there who
James
have an idea.
Ellsworth wrestled Becky Lynch once.
Yeah. I just remember some match out there that was like a dude came in dressed up as a woman, like incognito
No,
into a
that's
women's.
happened plenty of times.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I was thinking of.
But yeah, this is fine. But I did laugh my ass though when Dolph Ziggler nailed her with a fucking super kick.
Yeah. Did they get the slow mo on that?
I'm sure they did, or someone did it. But like that was fucking. That was catharsis right there. They hit her with a super kick, 619, and fucking RKO, and then Ray and Randy dumped her out. She was put over far too strong. And it's just
Yes.
the image I talked about when she's staring down Randy Orton, who again is like 5 inches taller than she is. And you look at their arms, and Nia Jax is supposed to be this big, strong, powerful woman. Her arms are like this. Randy's are like this. And you're like,
He's
there's no way to believe that she can overpower this gentleman.
he may be the Viper, but his arms are pythons.
He's not even like the biggest guy on the roster in that respect. Like, thank God Braun Strowman was on the outside for this, because that would have looked comical.
They knew. They knew. But I guess this. I'm stuttering here. I feel like maybe was this the response to Becky Lynch being the man? Because that would have been a fun little dingling there. It's like I'm a man. I'm the man. I'll be in the men's Royal Rumble. Like, yeah, cool.
I don't know, but if this leads to like intergender wrestling, I'm not a
It's
supporter of that.
maybe it's just the meet up to the mix match challenge. It's getting you warmed up for that.
Maybe. Seth Rollins was your eventual winner by curb stomping Braun Strowman on the ring apron to eliminate him. So he's probably going on the challenge Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and should be interesting. Interesting card. We'll see. But that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna get out of here because I have to use the restroom really urgently.
He's got to go fucking bowling.
I do have to go bowling.
Quick note: this Saturday is the Worlds Collide match, so I don't know if we're gonna have something on Tuesday or Thursday.
We'll see.
It's Triple H's triple promos, triple heading it up.
This
All right.
Sunday is also halftime heat. So.
Oh yeah, the Super Bowl's this Sunday. Shit. Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure things out. All right. Peace and love.
Love and peace.